Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Mikayla, and today I thought I would share with you guys. Oh, Benny, what are you doing? Come on, sit back up straight. Good boy. Look at you. Sorry. Today I thought I would share with you guys the company I went through for my pre-genetic testing at 10 weeks, and they also do gender testing as well. I have had such a great experience with them. I went through the company now twice, both for Bryson and for Bennett. And they're just like, they're super affordable. To me, they're super affordable considering how expensive pre-genetic testing can be. And honestly, their customer service is just like beyond exceptional. Like they're so nice. I have contacted them multiple times. Hi, Benny. Also, obviously you can see little Benny is joining us today. He's such a sweet little boy. And I just like, I've had such a pleasant experience with them that I was like, okay, I have to do a video. So the company is called NxGen MDx. I keep looking down because my laptop's in front of me. They are based in the United States. So if you're out of the United States, I apologize. I don't think you're going to be able to go through them. Yeah, and they don't just do like carrier screening or like pre-genetic screening. They do a bunch of things for women's health. They actually also now offer to do the COVID testing. They just started doing like hereditary cancer screenings. I've never done that. Something I'm actually interested in looking into more, but they are pretty much all about like women's health. So I find them pretty fantastic. So yeah, so I wanted to just like jump in and kind of go over, what's wrong, Benny? What's wrong? Oh, you talking to Mama? Are you talking to Mama? He's not happy. He's not. And he keeps leaning like, come on, we're trying to get big and strong. Big and strong. We don't want to lean to the side. No. But yeah, so I don't remember where I was. Okay, but yeah, so I can show you guys. I'll go over kind of a quick recap of just like what's on their website, just so you guys can kind of get a sense of what they offer, what the pre-genetic screenings actually screen for. So cute, so cute. I'm such a mom now, like such a mom. But okay. So here is the NxGen MDx website. As you can see here, it offers a lot of different things. There's carrier screening. You can just, go through all these tabs to kind of see what else they have if you're interested in anything. And under this links, you can see panels and screens. This is where you'd go if you wanted to get more information on specific ones. So I actually had the NxGen Essential panel done. That's on moms. And then as you just click here for the information, and just you can read through it if you'd like, but it checks for cystic fibrosis, spinal muscular atrophy, Fragile X syndrome, and stuff like that. So that is actually something like you will only need once. I did that in my first screening, and obviously I didn't have to get it done in my second because my DNA is not changing. So so there's that one, if you want to go through more information on that. And then if you just go back, you can also do the genetic and pre-genetic, or the gender and pre-genetic screening. So it's the NIPT test, NIPT, and it's the informed prenatal test under the standalone screen. So that's the second one I had done for both. And that tests for Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, and Pateau syndrome. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So yeah, so definitely something that you read through this. They have their pamphlets and stuff on the website, so make sure you do your research. Again, their customer service is like so on point. If you have any questions, they're so informative. They also have genetic counselors available to chat with you. So really just take advantage of what they have to offer if you're going to go through this company, because they're just like superb. Honestly, they're just, I would say, probably the best customer service I've ever worked with, ever. Like, not even just like, you know, medical, just with like retail, anything. Like, I've never worked with such a great customer service before. And I don't know, maybe because I used to work kind of in customer service, like I just like can really appreciate it because I know what they go through. And they actually also, sorry, I'm just thinking back to my first test with them. They actually, and I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly, they actually also added a test, like a gene test to my lab work, and it's called, I'm going to try to find it. I'm actually Googling it so I can like somewhat pronounce it correctly. It's called pseudocholinesterase. Probably pronounced that incorrectly, but essentially it's like a rare condition that like your body metabolizes anesthesia differently or something. Like, so this is actually something that runs in my husband's side of the family. So I wanted to see if I was also a carrier for it, because then I think that gives, I think it like will heighten the risk of my kids having it. I don't know, but it is something that I got tested. I'm not a carrier for it, so there's, I don't think, really any chance of my sons having it. And they did that for an additional like $99, which to me was totally worth it. Especially because if there's ever an emergency and like my kids went under anesthesia and like they, you know, something was wrong and they like weren't waking up from the anesthesia, that would totally freak me out. So one thing to note is that you have to have a provider put in the order for the genetic testing. So if you come across the fact that like your insurance doesn't cover it, like if you're under the age of 35, most places I think don't actually cover pre-genetic testing for you, which was the case for me. So you want to find a provider that they already work with, or they will actually contact your provider to see if they, you know, they can work together. So if you go to the main page again and just scroll all the way down to Answer Center, there's a tab that says Locate a Provider. You want to just click on that. And then just fill out the information, and they say they'll get back to you within like 24 hours. To me, that's not bad. Not a bad wait time at all, especially for something like this. And then when it actually comes time to getting your results, I think with both of them, it took about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. Again, you get the blood work done at 10 weeks. I find that to be so early, especially when you're finding out gender. It also just like eases your mind. Like those early days, especially in your first pregnancy, I don't know, I just found it to be extremely like, just, I don't know if it was like stressful, but like there's so much anxiety that goes to it, because one, you don't really know what to expect. He's like falling asleep with his head. Bunny, do you want to lay down? Lay down. Okay, I'm gonna lay him down. Okay, I just laid him down next to me, just to, you know, make sure. Also, if you're wondering like why that window is so naked, I've taken down all the curtains and I'm washing them, so there's normally a curtain there. But anyways, going back, so in the beginning, like I was saying, like your first pregnancy, it's just, there's so much anxiety. Like you don't know what to expect. Your body's going through, like starting to go through changes. You're kind of cramping. And just like wanting to make sure that everything is okay with the baby. It's just like, as soon as you kind of start getting those results back in, it gets so much easier. At least I found that to be the case. Maybe not for everybody, but, and then also if you're like an overthinker and you're like, okay, maybe it's better for me not to find out all that quite yet, you can still just do the standalone gender test through them. So as far as actually getting your results back, it took me about a week and a half to 2 weeks to get it back, both times with both of my boys. So and it's super easy. They sent me, well, one, I contacted them because the second one I was like, okay, well, I wanted to find out the gender with my husband at the same time. So I asked them to call and leave a voicemail, which they did, super nice about it. Or you can also, like, they'll send you a link to your own little portal for the results. And it will say on there if it's a male or female. So I was able to also kind of pull that up, and my husband and I were able to look at it at the same time, which was really nice. But yeah, so super easy. They'll email you kind of like a link to a portal with like an access key or code. You'll just click on the link they provide. It asks for your email address, your date of birth, and then the access code that they provided, and it goes right in, and you have it's like a full document of like what they tested for, the results. I just honestly I just kind of printed it out for my own files, because the access code actually does expire after a certain amount of time. And it's definitely something that I wanted to keep in my files. So like one day if my boys ever have any questions, I can just kind of give them a folder of all their information in it. So yeah, so they make it super, super easy. How pricing worked out. It was interesting because I had, for Bryson and for Bennett, both times I had different insurance. The first one I was going through my work with insurance, and then with Bennett, we actually switched our insurance over through my husband's work, so a little different. With my first, they actually worked out with my provider that no matter what, I would only be spending like $49. Like, what? This is so cheap. For all of that, like, so cheap. I did end up paying a little extra, like I said, because I wanted to get that extra gene test done, and that was an additional $99. But that had nothing to do with like the pre-genetic, the NIP test, or the essential panel. That's what it's called. So for both of those, I only paid $49. Like, that's crazy to me. I don't know if you've ever looked up how much it actually costs for these tests. Like, thousands. I want to say it's like $15,000 when I had last looked it up. Like, if you were paying completely out of pocket to pay for like this type of test. Insane. Yeah, $49. I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. But then for my second one, it kind of changed a little bit. I had a different insurance company. I don't think they still had that promo, I guess you would call it, with my provider to pay that's just the $49. But when I had called them about doing the screening when I was pregnant with Benny, they had informed me that if I was to pay them standalone, it would cost $199 for the pre-genetic test. I didn't have to do the essential panel again, just because obviously my DNA doesn't change, so I didn't have to do that. But if I was pregnant with my first and I wanted to do the essential test, that would also cost $199. So to do both of those out of pocket, not through insurance, it would have cost me about $400. Again, like, compared to like what it actually costs to get these type of tests done, like $15,000, definitely I would call that affordable. They also informed me that if I say like I wanted to go through insurance just to see like how much it would cost, if I was in network, obviously it would be less money. But if it turned out that, you know, they're out of network, but my insurance company covers like a certain percentage of out of network, and it was going to be over the $200 amount, that $199, right? To be more exact. If it was going to be over that, they would contact me to let me know. And then at that point, it would actually be worth it for me just to pay them directly the $199 versus them sending it to the insurance company. And that was something that they would totally do, which to me was awesome. So if you are going to go that route, you definitely want to call them, and just so they can put it on your profile, or, you know, whatever they have in their system, to say that if it's going to cost you more than what you'd pay the standalone fee, the $199, to have them contact you to let you make that decision. And they'll just bill you directly. So I did that the second time with Benny, and I mean, smooth. It was just so smooth. Everything about them just seems so smooth. So again, the NIPT test was $199. That's the standalone, like, pay it yourself fee. The essential panel for moms, that's also $199. Also, I'm obviously not affiliated with the company. I'm just giving them a really great review. And I've had such a great experience with them. So these prices can change. So you want to make sure you call them, of course, and talk to customer service and the billing department. You know, make sure that you have all your kind of ducks in a row with them before obviously going through them. But I've had, like I said, a great experience. So to do that, like that random standalone gene test that I did for that pseudo blah, 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 I can never pronounce it. That was an additional $99, and they call that I believe it was like a free form test. And it sounds like they have many other ones. So if you do have, if you would prefer to have like a standalone gene test done, just to kind of see if your baby's at risk of getting something or whatever the case is, those are $99, or at least that's what it was when I got it done. So, and they do call it a free form test. So if you want that added, make sure you call and let them know that. And then if you want, like if you don't want to do the pre-genetic screening, but you just want the gender, they do that now, and it's just a standalone test. Again, you have to go through provider and everything for that, but it's depending on the clinic that you're going through, it's they said it's between $99 to like typically like $149. But if you're gonna pay that, you might as well just pay like another $50 and get the full pre-genetic nip test done. So that's just my opinion. I hope you guys found this to be somewhat informative. Again, I'm not affiliated with this company. I just am a customer that has had two very great experiences with them. So I thought I would just share it because I know how stressful and like how much anxiety you can get in the beginning, especially being a first-time mom. So anything that can just kind of like relieve that anxiety, like I'm all for. Also, if you just like want the gender test and if you want to get it done at 10 weeks, like that's pretty cool. Especially if you want to do a gender reveal, like as you're kind of announcing that you're pregnant. 10 weeks to me is super early. If you are wanting to get it done, I highly recommend NxGen MDx. Again, not affiliated with them at all. I just am a very happy customer. Very happy. So that is all I have for you guys today. If you guys found this to be useful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. If you have any ideas for future videos, have any questions about breastfeeding, pumping, postpartum depression, like I'm happy to make any type of video for you guys. I wouldn't say I'm a pro by any means, but I'm happy to share my experiences. I know it's just nice sometimes to like hear other people's experiences because everyone goes through something a little, like everything just is different for everybody, right? So I also know how, like, I don't know, how alone sometimes you can feel being a mom, like you're stuck at home on maternity leave. Kudos to you stay-at-home mamas because like, whew, it's just like, y'all are the real MVPs, honestly. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you next week.